Dana White might have envisioned where his brainchild, the UFC, would stand after 20 or 30 years when he founded it. But I am sure it would not have been this good even in his wildest dreams. In this video today, we are going to talk about icons of the UFC with some amazing records to their names, most of which have also been included in its Hall of Fame. Since this video is like a sweetest journey into the history of the UFC, let's start right away. Born on August 24, 1970 in Downey, California, Dan Henderson's path to UFC greatness was a tale of longevity, versatility, and the power of old-school toughness. He stands 20th on our list of the best UFC record holders, with a record of 32 wins, 15 losses. Dan Henderson's UFC career is a study in longevity, power, and the ability to compete at the highest level well into his 40s. A former Olympic wrestler, Henderson transitioned to MMA in 1997, quickly establishing himself as one of the most well-rounded and durable fighters in the sport. His early career was marked by success in multiple promotions, including Pride, where he captured titles in both the middleweight and welterweight divisions. When Henderson returned to the UFC in 2007, he quickly established himself as one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport, thanks to his incredible wrestling skills, his devastating right hand, and his ability to compete at the highest level well into his 40s. His epic battles with the likes of Michael Bisping, Mauricio "Shogun" Rua, and Fedor Emelianenko are the stuff of legend, showcasing his incredible toughness and his unwavering will to compete. Despite some setbacks later in his career, Henderson's impact on the sport and his status as one of the greatest fighters of all time are secure, and his legacy as a true pioneer of MMA will never be forgotten. She holds the overall 19th position in this video. She was born on February 1st, 1987, in Riverside, California. Ronda Rousey's journey to UFC superstardom was a tale of trailblazing, dominance, and the power of shattering barriers. With a record of 12 wins, 2 losses, Ronda Rousey's UFC career is a study in dominance, trailblazing, and the power of the armbar. She holds the record for the most armbar finishes in UFC history, with 6, and her 6 wins in the UFC women's bantamweight division are a testament to her incredible grappling skills and ability to finish fights quickly. A former Olympic bronze medalist in judo, Rousey transitioned to MMA in 2010, quickly establishing herself as one of the most dominant fighters in the sport. Her early career was marked by a string of stunning victories, including a dominant run in Strikeforce, where she captured and defended the women's bantamweight title. When Rousey signed with the UFC in 2012, she became the first female fighter to join the promotion, paving the way for a new era in women's MMA. As the inaugural UFC Women's Bantamweight champion, Rousey established herself as one of the biggest stars in the sport, thanks to her incredible grappling skills, her explosive striking, and her ability to finish fights in spectacular fashion. Her epic battles with the likes of Miesha Tate, Kat Zingano, and Holly Holm are the stuff of legend, showcasing her incredible dominance and her unbreakable will to win. Despite some setbacks later in her career, Rousey's impact on the sport and her role in revolutionizing women's MMA will never be forgotten. Born on April 16, 1985 in Stockton, California, Nate Diaz's path to UFC stardom was a tale of grit, determination, and the power of staying true to oneself, and with a 20 wins, 13 losses, he stands on the 18th position. Nate Diaz's UFC career is a study in toughness, durability, and the power of the underdog. He holds the record for the most submission attempts in UFC history, with 28, and his 15 wins in the UFC are a testament to his incredible grappling skills and ability to finish fights on the ground. Growing up in a rough neighborhood, Diaz discovered martial arts as a way to stay out of trouble and channel his energy into something positive. Along with his older brother Nick, Nate began training in Brazilian jiu-jitsu and boxing, honing his skills on the local circuit before signing with the UFC in 2007. In the UFC, Diaz quickly established himself as one of the most exciting and unpredictable fighters in the sport, thanks to his incredible cardio, his slick submission skills, and his ability to take a punch. His epic battles with the likes of Conor McGregor, Anthony Pettis, and Jorge Masvidal are the stuff of legend, showcasing his incredible toughness and his unwavering will to win. However, it was Diaz's upset victory over Conor McGregor at UFC 196 that truly cemented his status as a fan favorite and a true icon of the sport. Outside the octagon, Diaz's authenticity and his refusal to conform to the norms of the sport have made him a beloved figure among fans and a true representation of the Stockton spirit. Born on July 14, 1988, in Dublin, Ireland, Conor the Notorious McGregor's journey to UFC superstardom is laden with a record of 22 wins, 6 losses. Conor McGregor's UFC career is a study in charisma, power, and the ability to transcend the sport. He holds the record for the fastest title fight victory in UFC history, finishing Jose Aldo in just 13 seconds. And his 10 wins in the UFC are a testament to his incredible striking skills and knockout power. Growing up in a working-class family, McGregor discovered martial arts as a teenager, studying boxing and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. His early career was marked by success on the European circuit, but it was his decision to sign with the UFC in 2013 that truly changed his life. In the UFC, McGregor quickly established himself as one of the most polarizing and exciting fighters in the sport, thanks to his incredible striking skills, his larger-than-life personality, and his ability to generate headlines. His epic battles with the likes of Nate Diaz, Jose Aldo, and Eddie Alvarez are the stuff of legend, showcasing his incredible skill and his unwavering confidence. However, it was McGregor's historic victory over Eddie Alvarez to become the first fighter to hold titles in 2 weight classes simultaneously that truly cemented his legacy. Born on February 12, 1984, in Oxnard, California, Tony El Kukui stands on 17th position. With a record of 26 wins, 6 losses, Tony Ferguson's UFC career is a study in unpredictability, creativity, and the power of the unorthodox. He holds the record for the most consecutive wins in UFC lightweight division history, with 12, and his 13 wins in the UFC are a testament to his incredible cardio and ability to finish fights from any position. It was in MMA that Ferguson truly found his calling. His transition to the sport was a natural one, given his grappling prowess and his love for competition. In the UFC, Ferguson quickly established himself as one of the most unique and unorthodox fighters in the sport, thanks to his unconventional striking style, his incredible cardio, and his ability to finish fights from any position. His 12-fight winning streak in the UFC's lightweight division, which included victories over the likes of Rafael dos Anjos, Kevin Lee, and Anthony Pettis, is one of the most impressive runs in the history of the sport. Even though he has recently faced 5 or 6 consecutive defeats, he is still considered one of the committed MMA fighters. Born on September 9, 1986, in Manaus, Brazil, Jose Aldo's life before MMA was laden with despair and hopelessness. With a record of 31 wins, 8 losses, Jose Aldo's he stands on 15th rank. He holds the record for the most consecutive title defenses in UFC featherweight division history, with 7, and his 18 wins in the UFC are a testament to his incredible striking skills and ability to dominate opponents. He began training in capoeira before transitioning to Brazilian jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. Aldo's early career was marked by a string of stunning victories, including a dominant run in the WEC, where he captured and defended the featherweight title. When the WEC merged with the UFC in 2010, Aldo became the inaugural UFC featherweight champion, a title he would hold for over 5 years. During his reign, Aldo established himself as one of the greatest fighters of all time, thanks to his lightning-fast strikes, his impeccable takedown defense, and his ability to dominate opponents in every aspect of the game. His epic battles with the likes of Uriah Faber, Chad Mendes, and Max Holloway are the stuff of legend, showcasing his incredible skill and his unwavering will to win. Despite some setbacks later in his career, Aldo's legacy as one of the greatest fighters of all time is secure, and his impact on the sport will never be forgotten. Even though Islam submitted him in the last round for the lightweight championship belt, he almost had him under his control throughout the fight. Born on January 19, 1989, in Lafayette, Louisiana, Dustin "The Diamond" Poirier has enjoyed greatness on many occasions. He is the 14th best UFC fighter, with a record of 28 wins, 7 losses, and 1 no contest. Dustin Poirier's UFC career is a study in grit, determination, and the power of the comeback. He holds the record for the most Fight Night bonus awards in UFC history, with 12, and his 13 wins in the UFC's lightweight division. Growing up in a working-class family, Poirier discovered martial arts as a teenager, studying boxing and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. His early career was marked by success on the regional circuit, but it was his decision to sign with the UFC in 2011 that truly changed his life. In the UFC, Poirier quickly established himself as one of the most exciting fighters in the sport, thanks to his aggressive striking style and his ability to finish fights. His battles with the likes of Chan Sung Jung, Justin Gaethje, and Max Holloway are the stuff of legend, showcasing his incredible heart and his unwavering will to win. However, it was Poirier's decision to move up to the lightweight division that truly showcased his potential. His epic trilogy with Conor McGregor, which saw him emerge victorious in the final 2 fights, was a testament to his growth as a fighter and his ability to adapt to any situation. Outside the octagon, Poirier's commitment to giving back to his community through his Good Fight Foundation has made him a beloved figure among fans and a true ambassador for the sport. Born on October 16, 1981, in Toms River, New Jersey, Frankie "The Answer" Edgar's unbreakable will is what made him unbeatable on many occasions. With a record of 23 wins, 9 losses, and 1 draw, Frankie Edgar's UFC career is a study in heart, determination, and the power of never backing down. He holds the record for the most fight time in UFC history, with 6 hours, 2 minutes, and 41 seconds, and his 10 wins in UFC title fights. Growing up, Edgar was a standout wrestler, earning All-American honors at the Clarion University of Pennsylvania. However, it was in MMA that Edgar truly found his calling. His transition to the sport was a natural one, given his grappling prowess and his love for competition. In the UFC, Edgar quickly established himself as one of the most exciting fighters in the sport, thanks to his relentless pace and his ability to adapt to any situation. His trilogy with BJ Penn, which saw him capture and defend the UFC lightweight title, was a defining moment in his career. However, it was Edgar's decision to drop down to the featherweight division that truly showcased his incredible versatility. Despite being undersized for the division, Edgar used his speed, footwork, and grappling skills to become a perennial contender, taking on the likes of Jose Aldo, Max Holloway, and Brian Ortega. Outside the octagon, Edgar's humility and his dedication to his family and his community have made him a beloved figure among fans and fellow fighters alike. Born on February 28, 1979, in Nicosia, Cyprus, Michael "The Count" Bisping's path to UFC glory was a rocky one, filled with ups and downs that would have broken a lesser man, but he enjoys the overall 12th position. With a record of 30 wins, 9 losses, Michael Bisping's UFC career is a study in perseverance, toughness, and the power of never giving up. He holds the record for the most wins in UFC middleweight division with 16, and his 5 wins in UFC title fights, and is UFC Hall of Famer. Growing up in Clitheroe, England, Bisping discovered martial arts as a teenager, studying jiu-jitsu and kickboxing before transitioning to MMA. His early career was marked by success on the UK circuit, but it was his victory on The Ultimate Fighter Season 3 that catapulted him to international stardom. In the UFC, Bisping became known for his gritty, never-say-die attitude and his ability to take a punch. His rivalry with Dan Henderson, which spanned nearly a decade and included 2 epic fights, was a defining moment in his career. However, it was Bisping's stunning upset victory over Luke Rockhold to capture the UFC middleweight title in 2016 that truly cemented his legacy. Bisping's title reign may have been short-lived, but his impact on the sport and his status as a trailblazer for UK MMA will never be forgotten. Belfort is considered the best thing that happened to the MMA and is often compared to the likes of Muhammad Ali. As what he was to boxing, Belfort has been to the MMA. Born on April 1, 1977, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, he holds the record of 26 wins, 14 losses, and 1 no contest. Vitor Belfort's UFC career is a study in explosive power, speed, and the ability to finish fights in spectacular fashion. He holds the record for the most knockout wins in UFC history with 12, and his 18 wins in the UFC's middleweight division are a testament to his incredible striking skills and devastating power. Belfort began his martial arts training at the tender age of 4, studying judo and karate before transitioning to boxing and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. His early career was marked by a string of stunning victories, including a 12-second knockout of John Hess in his UFC debut. Belfort's lightning-fast hands and explosive power made him a fan favorite, and his battles with the likes of Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, and Anderson Silva are the stuff of legend. Despite some setbacks along the way, including a positive test for elevated testosterone levels in 2014, Belfort's impact on the sport is undeniable. His 14 knockout victories in the UFC are a testament to his incredible striking prowess, and his longevity in the sport is a reflection of his dedication and love for the game. With a record of 33 wins, 8 losses, and 1 draw, Charles Oliveira's UFC career is a study in perseverance, technique, and the power of the submission game. He holds the record for the most submission wins in UFC history with 15, and his 18 wins in the UFC's lightweight division are a testament to his incredible grappling skills and ability to finish fights on the ground. Charles Oliveira's rise to UFC stardom was a tale of perseverance and the power of second chances. Born and raised in the favelas of Guarujá, Brazil, Oliveira's early life was marked by poverty and hardship. However, he found solace and purpose in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a martial art that would come to define his career. As he transitioned to MMA, Oliveira's grappling prowess quickly set him apart from his peers. In the UFC, he established himself as one of the most dangerous submission artists in the sport, racking up a record-breaking 14 submission victories. However, Oliveira's journey to the top was not without its setbacks. He struggled with weight cuts and inconsistency early in his career, leading many to question his potential. However, Oliveira's unwavering belief in himself and his dedication to his craft eventually paid off. In 2021, he captured the UFC lightweight title with a stunning victory over Michael Chandler, cementing his status as one of the greatest grapplers in the sport's history. Outside the Octagon, Oliveira's humility and his commitment to giving back to his community have made him a beloved figure in Brazil and beyond. With a record of 32 wins, 16 losses, and 1 draw, Jim Miller's UFC records make him stand at the 9th rank among the top record holders. He holds the record for the most fights in UFC history with 38, and his 21 wins in the UFC's lightweight division are a testament to his incredible durability and grappling skills. Jim Miller's journey to UFC stardom was one of quiet determination and unwavering commitment to his craft. Born and raised in Sparta Township, New Jersey, Miller's path to MMA was a natural one, given his background in wrestling and his love for competition. As he began his career in local promotions on the East Coast, Miller quickly made a name for himself with his gritty, no-nonsense fighting style. In the UFC, he became a mainstay of the lightweight division, taking on all comers and always bringing the fight. Miller's record-breaking 36 fights in the UFC are a testament to his toughness and his ability to endure the rigors of one of the toughest sports on the planet. Outside the octagon, Miller's dedication to his family and his community has been an inspiration to many. From his work with local charities to his commitment to being a positive role model for his children, Miller's values and integrity have been a shining example for fighters everywhere. With a record of 36 wins, 16 losses, and 2 draws, Donald Cerrone stands at the 8th position here. He holds the record for the most wins in the UFC with 23, and the most post-fight bonus awards in UFC history with 18, showcasing his incredible ability to entertain and finish fights in spectacular fashion. Donald Cerrone's path to UFC stardom was a winding one, filled with twists and turns that would have broken a lesser man. Born in Denver, Colorado, Cerrone's early life was marked by rebellion and a search for purpose. He found that purpose in the world of extreme sports, particularly in professional bull riding. However, it was in MMA that Cerrone truly found his calling. His transition to the sport was a natural one, given his background in kickboxing and his love for adrenaline-fueled pursuits. In the UFC, Cerrone quickly established himself as a fan favorite, thanks to his exciting fighting style and his willingness to take on all comers. His record-breaking 23 wins in the UFC are a testament to his longevity and his ability to adapt to the ever-evolving landscape of the sport. Outside the octagon, Cerrone's larger-than-life personality and his love for adventure have made him a beloved figure among fans. From his ranch in New Mexico to his passion for rock climbing and wakeboarding, Cerrone's zest for life is a reminder of the importance of living every day to the fullest. At number 7, we have a heavyweight champion who holds a record of 20 wins, 4 losses. Stipe Miletich UFC career is a study in toughness, determination, and the power of perseverance. He holds the record for the most consecutive title defenses in the UFC's heavyweight division, with 3, and his 6 wins in UFC title fights. Born and raised in Euclid, Ohio, Miletich grew up in a tight-knit Croatian-American community, where hard work and family values were paramount. As he began his MMA career, Miletich juggled his training with his job as a firefighter and paramedic, often working 24-hour shifts before heading to the gym to hone his craft. In the UFC, Miletich's well-rounded skill set and incredible toughness made him a fan favorite. His trilogy with Daniel Cormier, in particular, was a defining moment in his career, showcasing his ability to adapt and overcome adversity. Despite being knocked out in the first fight, Miletich bounced back to win the next 2, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest heavyweights in UFC history. Outside the octagon, Miletich's dedication to his family and his community has been an inspiration to many, showcasing the values that have defined his incredible journey. At 6th position, we have Amanda Nunes, whose journey to becoming the greatest female fighter in UFC history was one of perseverance and determination, who enjoys an enviable record of 21 wins, 5 losses. Amanda Nunes' UFC career is a study in power, precision, and dominance. She holds the record for the most wins in UFC women's divisions, with 14, and her 7 wins in UFC title fights are a testament to her incredible striking skills and grappling prowess. Born in Bahia, Brazil, Nunes faced many challenges growing up, including poverty and discrimination. However, she found solace and purpose in martial arts, particularly in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. As she began her MMA career, Nunes's power and technique quickly set her apart from her peers. In the UFC, she established herself as a force to be reckoned with, showcasing her striking prowess and grappling skills against the best fighters in the world. Her victories over Ronda Rousey and Chris Cyborg, two of the most dominant women in MMA history, were particularly stunning, showcasing Nunes' ability to rise to the occasion in the biggest moments. At 5th position, we have Demetrious Johnson, who holds a record of 30 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. He is known for his incredible speed and out-of-the-box dominating technique. He holds the record for the most consecutive title defenses in UFC history, with 11, and his 14 wins in the UFC's flyweight division. Rise to UFC greatness was a testament to his incredible work ethic and technical brilliance. Born in Madisonville, Kentucky, Johnson's path to MMA was an unconventional one. He began his athletic career as a standout wrestler in high school and college, but his small stature made it difficult for him to find success at the highest levels. Undeterred, Johnson turned to MMA, where his speed, technique, and grappling prowess quickly set him apart. In the UFC, he found his home in the newly created flyweight division, where he would go on to establish himself as one of the greatest champions in the sport's history. Johnson's title reign was marked by his incredible consistency and his ability to finish fights in spectacular fashion. His mighty whiz-bar submission of Ray Borg, a suplex to armbar sequence that defied belief, was just one example of his creative genius inside the Octagon. Even when he finally lost his title to Henry Cejudo in a close split decision, Johnson's grace in defeat and his commitment to constantly evolving his game only further endeared him to fans. When you look at his incredible career and the way he dominates every single of his opponents, you are actually seeing the history in making. He is unmatchable in every single technique, especially his kicks. He is at number 4. Jon Jones, with a record of 26 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no contest. Jon Jones's UFC career is a study in controversy and incredible talent. He holds the record for the most wins in UFC title fights, with 14, and his 11 title fight victories in the light heavyweight and heavyweight divisions. Johnny Bones Jones' path to UFC greatness was marked by both incredible highs and controversial lows. Born in Rochester, New York, Jones grew up in a family of athletes, with his brothers Arthur and Chandler both going on to play in the NFL. However, it was in the world of MMA that Jon would truly make his mark. From the moment he stepped into the UFC Octagon in 2008, it was clear that Jones was a once-in-a-generation talent. His unorthodox striking, devastating elbows, and dynamic grappling made him a force to be reckoned with. As he tore through the light heavyweight division, Jones's star only continued to rise. However, his journey was not without its setbacks. Outside the Octagon, Jones struggled with personal demons, including legal issues and substance abuse. These controversies threatened to derail his career, but Jones's talent and determination kept him on top. His rivalry with Daniel Cormier, which spanned several years and multiple fights, was a defining moment in his career, showcasing both his incredible skills and his complex personality. He is at the 3rd position for his incredible streak of records. With a record of 26 wins, 2 losses, and 1 no contest, Georges St-Pierre's UFC career is a study in excellence. He holds the record for the most wins in UFC title fights, with 13, and his 9 consecutive title defenses in the welterweight division. Born in Saint-Isidore, Quebec, Canada, GSP began training in Kyokushin karate at a young age, laying the foundation for his future success. As he transitioned to MMA, GSP's commitment to improving every facet of his game was unparalleled. He trained with the best coaches and sparring partners, constantly seeking out new techniques and strategies to add to his arsenal. In the Octagon, GSP's technical mastery was a thing of beauty. His ability to seamlessly blend striking, wrestling, and grappling made him a puzzle that few could solve. Even in his rare defeats, such as his upset loss to Matt Serra in 2007, GSP's resilience and determination shone through. He bounced back stronger than ever, recapturing his title and cementing his legacy as one of the greatest fighters of all time. His popular rant, "I will smash your boy," rant is still widely used everywhere. He is considered the best of the best when it comes to wrestling. Boasting an undefeated record of 29 wins and 0 losses, Khabib Nurmagomedov's UFC career is a study in perfection. He holds the record for the longest undefeated streak in MMA history, and his 13 wins in the UFC's lightweight division has not been matched by anyone yet, not even Islam. Khabib Nurmagomedov's journey to UFC glory was shaped by the rugged mountains of Dagestan and the teachings of his father, Abdulmanap. From a young age, Khabib was immersed in the world of wrestling, learning the discipline and toughness that would come to define his fighting style. As he progressed through the regional MMA scene, Khabib's relentless grappling and suffocating top game made him a force to be reckoned with. In the UFC, he quickly established himself as one of the most dominant fighters in the sport's history. His victories over Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier were masterclasses in grappling, showcasing Khabib's ability to impose his will on even the most skilled opponents. However, it was Khabib's actions outside the octagon that truly endeared him to fans. His dedication to his family, his faith, and his Dagestani heritage was evident in everything he did, from his post-fight speeches to his decision to retire following the passing of his father. With an astonishing record of 34 wins, 11 losses, and 1 no contest, he stands at the first position on our list of the best UFC record holders. Anderson Silva's UFC record is a testament to his incredible skill and longevity. He holds the record for the longest title reign in UFC history, defending his middleweight title a staggering 10 times. Silva's 16-fight winning streak in the UFC is also a record, showcasing his dominance over the sport for nearly a decade. Anderson Silva's path to the UFC greatness was a winding one. Born into poverty in São Paulo, Brazil, Silva turned to martial arts as a way to escape the harsh realities of his tough life. His early career was marked by both triumphs and setbacks, including a surprising loss to Daiju Takase in Pride promotion that led many to question his potential. However, Silva's unwavering belief in himself and his unique abilities propelled him forward. When he finally made his way to the UFC in 2006, he was a man on a mission. His stunning victory over Rich Franklin to capture the middleweight title was just the beginning of a reign of dominance that would last for years. Silva's ability to make the extraordinary look effortless, whether it was his matrix-like evasion of Forrest Griffin's punches or his stunning front kick knockout of Vitor Belfort, made him a true icon of the sport. Even in defeat, Silva's grace and sportsmanship shone through, as evidenced by his heartfelt embrace of Chris Weidman after losing his title in 2013. Those were the best of the best UFC record holders who have etched their names in the history of MMA, and especially UFC. Please take a moment to like and share this video and also subscribe to our channel. Thanks for your time and appreciation. See you in the next video.